Hello? Can y'all hear me? That's for someone to respond. Can you hear me now? Am I audible? Is it? I mean, I changed phones again, so I turned everything else off. I think I just had to refresh this page because of all the editing I was doing before I went live. All right, so I was talking about Tyre Nichols. So let me refresh it because I'm not sure how much you guys heard. So he's a 29-year-old man that was unalived by 5 police officers on the 7th of January, 2023. He's a FedEx driver. He has a 4-year-old little boy. He just moved to Memphis right before the pandemic started. He's not a troubled person. He doesn't have a past, like a record past. I would say some YouTube creators have more of a criminal past than this young man did. Not as much as a speeding ticket. So when he got pulled over for them assuming he was reckless driving, why did it take 5 police officers to pull over one car? Because they each had their own cars. Not to mention the other people, the other law enforcement that was there at the time. They're bringing charges up on 2 more. So that totals out to 7. How many more were there? Even though they did not participate in the brutality of what happened to this young man, they are still at fault for not saying anything. Did they not learn anything from the George Floyd incident or the Aubrey? What was his name? Ahmaud Aubrey. That was his name. Or actually, they're the only really ones that I know to be like this. But it's crazy. It is literally crazy that 5 police officers can do that. Like, aren't they there to? They're supposed to be here to serve and protect us, right? Well, where is the service they did for this young man? Where is the protection that they offered him? I'm not talking about the ones that were doing literally the physical aspect of it. I'm talking about the ones that were there watching and not saying anything. You are just as guilty and need to be held accountable as if you were the ones that were literally doing it. That's not fair. It's not right. What I want to know the reason why they said he was driving reckless. That is what I want to know. I want to see all of that. I want to see what, I just think it wasn't necessarily meant for him, but when they pulled him over and told him that he was driving reckless, and he's like, "What are you talking about?" Like, no alcohol in his system, no drugs in his system. So the 5 police officers that are involved, their names are Tadarius Bean, Demetrius Haley, Desmond Mills Jr., Emmett Martin III, and Justin Smith. So they all five got, yeah, there should be, it should be dash cam, actually. There should be, it just hasn't been released yet. Second degree murder and punishable up to 15, punishable by 15 to 60 years in prison under the Tennessee law. This dude loved to skateboard. He loved to skateboard. His visual was held at the skateboard park. Yeah, there was, yeah, the grand jury found no reason. That's why there's more arrests coming, because there was no reason for this stop. There was no reason for all these officers to show up for a stop. I'm sorry. These cops are big boys. Big boys. Grant you, they're not going to stop a bullet, but you don't need but maybe another cop to back you up. There was no reason for at least, well, I think there was at least 9, maybe 10 different officers on the scene. I think so. I'm pretty sure, yeah, because they pulled him out of the car. When he got out of the car, they pulled him out of the car. When he got out of the car, he started to run. I'd run too. If I had, I'm sorry, y'all, please don't take this anyway, but if I had 5 huge black guys standing over me, I'd be running too. And this man that they beat the heck out of was no bigger than a damn broomstick. He was small. And yeah, so they kept, because the reason why they're getting charged with the kidnapping is because they kept throwing him to different parts. He wasn't in his car where he was. Like, I don't know about Tennessee, but I know in the state of North Carolina, um, with an adult, if say my husband, I'm standing in front of my couch, say he pulled me to the sink in the kitchen, because that is not where I wanted to be. I wanted to be in the spot I could get him for kidnapping me and holding me against my will, because that's not where I wanted to be. But that's in the state of North Carolina. We are talking about Tennessee, and we know the law enforcement out there is crazy corrupt, and it seems like the whole damn state, not just certain areas, the whole state. Like, y'all, what the hell is going on in Tennessee? Their law enforcement really needs to be blown up and rebuilt. Like, Tennessee is a gorgeous state. It really is. It is beautiful in Tennessee. But don't get in trouble. Do not cross the double yellow line. Man, you're liable to get tased and whooped up and down the damn highways. And I'm not saying all law enforcement are bad. I'm not. But the few bad apples make the whole entire whole of the law enforcement look like shit. Shit. It's like they can't even do their job. And yeah, and that was my next statement. One of them had something to do with the Rodney King beating. No, no, no. One of them has ties to the Rodney King thing. I just read that before I went live. Um, where is it? And not only that, one of the officers, hello, Charlie, how are you doing, my buddy? Not only that, one of the law enforcement officers was involved in a death in 2016 um, in one of the county jails. I read that too. It's crazy. Like if a police officer had something to do with a death, they shouldn't even have their badge anymore. Like if it was a purpose, if it was, this wasn't accidental. This was not accidental by not one means. Not one means. I literally sat there and watched that video. There is nothing, no way, shape, or form accidental about them kicking this man in the face, head, body shots. Like they were just treating him like he was a sack of potatoes. And you heard him screaming out for his mama. Like, come on, dude. They probably would have never even took him to the damn hospital if he didn't complain about couldn't breathe. Well, let's see. They kicked him so damn hard they broke 8 of his ribs, and which 3 of them punctured his lungs. Okay, here it is. One of the officers, the Haley one, was accused previously of using excessive force. He was named as a defendant in the 2016 federal civil rights lawsuit while employed by Shelby County Division of Corrections. The plaintiff, Cordarius Sledge, stated that he was an inmate in 2015 when Haley and another correction officer accused him of flushing contraband. The 2 officers hit him in the face with punches, according to the complainant. The 3rd officer slammed his head into the ground. He lost consciousness and woke up in the facility's medical center. And look at this. The claims were ultimately dismissed after the judge ruled that Sledge had failed to file a grievance against the officers within 30 days of the incident. Are you kidding me? Are you really seriously kidding me right now? You have a time limit now to file against police officers? Are you serious? When we don't we can claim rape or SA or DV for years to come, but when it comes to a police officer, you have an amount of time? What the hell is wrong with this world? And I am going to turn my camera on real quick so you can. Oh, what did I do? Thank you. I just lost it. Hold on. I'm going to let you see what these sorry piece of poo look like. Because this is the epitome of shit. If I can find the picture again. Go watch TV. Or go play. All right. That's what them ignorant assholes look like. They all are big dudes. Every one of them people, every one of those 5 guys are big dudes. None of them are small like the guy that this happened to. None of them. And look, they don't even look concerned with getting charged with second-degree murder. Yeah, and he was unrecognizable in the hospital. When I looked at his hospital photo, I couldn't even tell it was the same guy. He was swelled up as big as this one in the middle. Swelled up as big as that one in the middle. This is crazy, y'all. There's something other than them getting charged with second-degree murder. Like, they've got to do better with these police. Oh yeah, it was all power. It was all power. And it's sad because, these idiots right here make the whole fucking county police department look like shit. All of them. There is nothing that any of those police that may be good on their force could do to make up for this. You know how many people are, they have a hard time respecting the law authority as it is. With shit like this, it makes it worse. Complete worse. It's beyond. Ugh. I feel so bad for these parents. No parent deserves it. No parent. I need to drop some links. Hey, OG, drop the family interview link and I'll get the rest. I will not show the body cam footage on my channel, but I will gladly drop the link of where you can go to watch it. If you have not already seen it. Yeah, no. I'm just gonna drop the court TV one. It's a 15-minute thing. You don't have to worry about watching 4 different parts. It shows you different angles and stuff. And there's also one on CNN. Yeah, I think each one that you did was like a minute or two long, but the one I have is up to 15 minutes. Um, I'm looking for the other one. And then there's also on the CBS channel, there is audio. New audio obtained in Tyre Nichols arrest. Oh wait, who did I say it was? CBS Evening News. Yeah, it was horrible. Like, he was a very good photographer. Like, dude, this man could have been something, even at 29. Um, I pulled him out of the car, tased him. See, I thought that's what I figured. They like grabbed him out of the car, and when he fell on the ground, you know, I wouldn't do nothing but run either. Like, that's scary for no reason. No apparent reason did they have for to do any of this. CNN also has audio of the traffic stop. We are going to listen to that. Hold on one second. Let me get the link. Oh, where is it? There we go. We're gonna hear. We're gonna listen to this. Damn it! Come on. All right, let me go in a different room so you can. It doesn't get mixed up with the volume on the TV. All right.
Have you ever done a recording where your guest just had... Bro, you know, the Scorpion car pull over to East Range and Rouse, you have one running on foot. Hey, run that tag and see what the address is. Run that thing. Show me down, Jake. He's fighting at this time. What do you hear there, John?
So I hear they've made the stop, but we don't hear that part. And then he's running. And then he comes on and says, run that tag and see where it comes back to. So he's gotten away. And they're trying to figure out, well, if he's running home, where is that? Because it could be nearby. And of course it is. It's about half a mile away.
And that's standard police stuff, right?
That's right. I mean, that's what they should be doing. And then the next person you hear on the air has caught up to him and is fighting and calls out the street that it's happening on, which is his street. He's about 80 yards from his home. And then he's calling for backup. So there's a whole bunch of questions that Shimon says, still need to be answered. But let's go through a couple of them. What was the stop for? This is a piece. They said reckless driving originally, but what was the reckless driving? No one's articulated that. What was the first altercation about that resulted and running away? And then what was the second altercation about? All of these are still blanks. And what we've been told is that when the tape is released, you're going to see the incident from end to end, and some, if not all of these questions will be answered.
Shimon, one of the things that the police were charged with was aggravated kidnapping, and that got people's attention because what does that mean? So, I know that you asked that question. We were told that that meant that he was sort of unlawfully detained or contained somehow. Do you have any more information on that?
Yeah, that was one of those charges that really, I think, caught many of us by surprise, because you certainly never see this in these kinds of cases. So we don't have any clarity. The way the DA explained it is you may have had an initial proper stop, and they may have been legal, let's say. And then as you go through this encounter and you go into the second encounter, then that is where that may have occurred, where it was an illegal detainment of some kind. And because of the nature of this and how this all unfolded and their aggravating circumstances, that's why they charged this kidnapper. Remember, there are also the allegations here that the victim here was handcuffed during this time, during some of this beating.
Most of it, he was handcuffed.
We'll talk about that, and that is something we will likely see in the video. So that could pertain to that as well.
John, they're going to release this video, we're told, tomorrow night at 6 p.m. That's a Friday night at 6 p.m. Does that make sense to you? Is that sort of ripe for trouble?
If this were in New York City and I was in the NYPD and this came up, I would want this on a Tuesday.
A school night, a work night.
Yeah. But I think what you're seeing in Memphis is they have delivered the beginning of justice. They have brought extraordinarily serious charges, and a slew of them against each officer. They have arrested them, and, one of them has made bail, others are trying to raise bond, but they are now in the system. And I think the way they are choreographing this is, let's make sure that people see that justice is being done. That's the beginning of it, and then we'll release the tape.
I'm going to tell you what all they have charged when they're done. I missed it.
Drowned out by the shock over the tape. I think they wanted people to digest that the system is working, and then see the tape, and then they have all day today, they have tonight, and they have all day tomorrow up until 5 o'clock when they're going to release this.
They're going to do it at 6 p.m. I should clarify, 6 p.m. local time, and at 7 p.m.
7 p.m. here. To do that community outreach, to say, if we're going to march, let's march together. If we're going to protest, let's protest peacefully. And I think that Memphis is confident that they have a handle on this. Now, Allie, the question is, what does that mean in New York, in Chicago, in L.A., where they're...
Are they prepared?
Well, they've been preparing. And, I think they are waiting and watching carefully. And I think they're all going to be watching this tape.
John, thank you. Shimon, thank you very much for being on the ground for us.
What?
We're joined now by the Chief of Police here in Memphis. Chief, thank you so much for joining us. And also thank you for being so transparent and open throughout this process. I know it's been difficult personally and for the department. I want to start with the video. The entire city of Memphis, the nation, waiting for this video. Talk to me why you decided to release it after 6 p.m. Central, and I understand you're going to release it on YouTube?
Absolutely, and individuals that would like to actually watch the video can also access it through the city's website too, memphistenn.gov. But the timing was really important for us too. We know the response sometimes from videos that have a tendency to incite emotion and even anger. And what we wanted to do was think in terms of, the impact it would have on the community, the impact it would have on business.
All right, so that was just about that's the police chief talking, captain or whatever. But I want to go back.
Alka-Seltzer Plus Power Max gels with more concentrated power.
Damn commercials.
Plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Alka-Seltzer Plus. Also tried for fast sinus and pain relief.
Well,
Anyone in America should have their fear when being pulled over. I agree with you, especially colored people, because it's and it's crazy because normally honestly white cops. And it wasn't. Let's see. So there's one charge of second-degree murder, one charge with aggravated assault, 2 charges on aggravated kidnapping, 2 charges on official misconduct, and 1 charge of official oppression. That's the charges right now. And I'm sure more will come to it, but there's only 1 charge with second-degree murder. So I'm pretty sure the other ones that were involved in kicking and punching them and throwing them around like a damn sack of potatoes will be eventually charged with it too. But as of right now, the 5 that they have arrested, that's their charges. Now, it doesn't say which one is charged with what, but that's just saying what the charges are. Not unless, oh no, I'm sorry. Charges for all 5 fired Memphis officers. So they're all getting charged with second-degree murder. All of them are getting charged with aggravated assault, aggravated kidnapping, official misconduct, and official oppression. So all 5 of them are getting charged with the same thing. This is beyond wrong, y'all. Beyond wrong. I mean, on so many different levels. This is wrong. This has to stop. I mean, I'm not saying defund the police by no means. I would never say that because when anybody gets in trouble, the first thing they do is dial 911. Then police officers are going to come to your aid. Now, whether when they get to your aid, if you need it, is another thing. But then it turns out sometimes when you call them for aid, you end up going with them. I mean, there's all different reasons. But at the same time, this is ridiculous. I thought it was funny because, I was joking. People are posting all over YouTube about Hawkins County and them hiring law enforcement. So I was being funny and asked one of the people that posted it. I said, "Hell, me not having no experience, I wonder if I filled out an application, if I'd get hired." They come back and said, "Yeah, you probably would." Come on, like, do better. At least hire other law enforcement that have no crap on their background. Oh. That light behind me is bright. Ooh. But yeah, y'all, this is crazy. Like 5, not 1 or 2, but 5. This kind of does remind you of the Rodney King or George Floyd. It does. Like, the only difference is that George Floyd and Rodney King passed away like right on set, to where Mr. Nichols, passed away like 3 days later. Shush, OG. I mean, we've got to do better as human beings. This can't stand. Like, we cannot allow this stuff to keep going for real. Like, it's crazy. It's not right. Like, that makes me so scared for my child. I mean, and she's a good kid, but it really makes me scared for her, especially living in this day and time. Like, me, not so much. I could care less. Like, if it comes down, it comes down. But my kid, no. My nieces, my nephews, my godkids, no. We've got to do better for them as a society, as a country. Like, how do you even... I feel so bad for his parents. Like, there's not much you can say when something like this happens other than, I'm sorry. I wish it wasn't your son. Yeah, he was on all kinds of machines and ventilators and stuff. Yeah, he was already gone by the time before he actually, the rest of his body gave out. Yeah, I mean, you just... And normally they're screaming white on black crime or black on white crime. Now what does this say? Because this is black on black crime. It doesn't make sense. It does. It seems like it gets more brutal with every time you hear about it. Yep. Because you think the police captain, she's black. I think the chief is black too. Like, it's like, you can't scream on anything with this. Because what do you scream? Who do you blame other than the people that done it? But you also have to look at the police department itself. Sheriff's department. I don't know what it was. Sheriffs or police, they're all the same thing, just a different badge. But seriously, like, who do you blame? Who do you go after? Because I'm sure out of the police academy, these guys didn't say, "Oh, I'm gonna one day unalive somebody just for the hell of it." And that's basically what it was, for the hell of it. Like, I don't know if it was a game to them or if they were having fun or just thought, let's beat the shit out of somebody. I don't know what their thoughts were. But whatever it was, they better be careful because, they are locked up now. Well, 4 of them are. One of them's out. 4 of them still locked up. And you better hope and pray y'all 4 are in segregation. Now, this is the time you want to be segregated. You don't want to be in general pop. Because I guarantee you, your butts put some of them people there. And, God forbid they see you in there. There ain't nobody there to protect you now. You did this on your own. This was all you. Now you got to take what you get. Them repercussions is all yours, babies. That was a nice catch. Yeah, I know. I wish they were in Gen Pop though. I wish they didn't have no room in SEG, so that way they have no choice but to go to Gen Pop. Cause I guarantee you they ain't got no backup then. The five of them cannot take on a 300 to 400 man cell or pod or whatever they call them. Oh yeah, I say, what they need. Honestly, what they need, not their asses whooped, but yeah, they do. They need to be taken and done the same. Done the same. But you know what would make it even better? Have the other four do it. Do to him. Do each of them like that poor man got. And then when it's down to the last one, find the five biggest ones locked up and let them have at it. You know what? Make it even better. Go find the Aryan Brotherhood or White Knights of America or whatever white supremacist group they have. Find the five biggest ones in that group. Hell, go to different prisons in the state and get five of the ones from each different prisons. I bet you they have some real good fun with these men. And let them experience what this man experienced when they were doing that shit to him. I mean, it's crazy. I feel so bad for this poor man's family. He had a 4-year-old son. Four. A 4-year-old kid at 29. Most 29-year-olds, hate to say it, have about 5 kids. He had one. He was a good man. That's hard to find these days. I'm sorry, I'm not saying everybody's not a good man. I'm just saying in general. No chronic criminal activity. Never no kind of traffic violation. Was a good mama's boy. Come on. He was a good man. He took care of his kid. Most men at his age don't do that unless they're forced. You're damn right. Eye for an eye. Oops. I'm telling y'all, if it wasn't for bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck at all when it comes to a phone. Hey, at least I didn't break it. Turn back on. I'm so irritated with these cases now. Man, it just makes me mad. It really does. You can't even leave work and go home. He was a half a mile from his house. Half a mile. That's why he was running. He was like, fuck it, I'll leave my car here. I'm going home to my mom, where my mom is. Well, I don't know if he actually lived with her, but it would be justice. But that's justice in our eyes. His mom and his stepdad don't want to incite violence. They said when this after they watched this, they knew there was going to be people outraged about it. But they said if you're going to do anything, do it peacefully. Don't go out there and act like you did with George Floyd, because that's not showing justice for Tyre. Not one bit. It's crazy. Like, you can count how many times I'm going to say crazy through this live because I'm very mad about this. Like, I didn't get all my notes done at all because my power went out this morning. So I wasn't able to do very much. So I'm going by what I remember and what I've been reading. But yeah, like I said, his mom doesn't even want any of the chaos. And I understand. One life lost is enough. They'll get what they deserve when they go through court. But what worries me is that they're going to choose to do a speedy trial instead of a jury trial. If they do a speedy trial, that's just the mind made up on the judge, by the judge, not 12 people and alternatives. It's concluded by the judge. I mean, regardless, any case is concluded by the judge. It don't matter what the DA or the jury says. It matters what that judge upholds. And it's terrible that, somebody's family has to go through this. And what makes it even worse, the people that signed the oath, took the oath to serve and protect the public, not hurt somebody because they didn't like their answer. And I don't even know what this man said or did for them to do this. Like I said, I would have probably ran too. Knowing I live a half a mile away, yeah, I would have ran too. Especially if I had 3 big old gorillas coming after me, or 5 big old gorillas coming after me. Guns and tasers drawn. Like, it could have been much worse. They could have shot him on spot. But they tased the crap out of him and then beat the hell out of him. Where's the justice? Where's the serve and protect in that? I guess I'm just not, I don't know. I think this man deserves justice, and we all know that. And I pray that they get tried like any other person that is being charged with, would be charged with second-degree murder. I hope and pray. What are your thoughts? What do you guys think? Besides OG, because she's been the only one talking. And I can't tell how many people are in here. My phone isn't allowing me to see if there's anybody in here. But I would love to know some, even if you comment after the live is over, that would be great too. But I want to know what justice means to you. What would serve justice for this man and his family? What peace, what kind of peace can we give his 4-year-old little boy that now has to grow up without a dad? and a dad that actually was there for his kid. Like a 29-year-old. If they're not married, they're usually not really a part of their kid's life. I can't believe I can't find Vinny's thing from last night. That's really making me mad. Hey DJ, how are you, sweetheart? Trying to find something real quick. Hold on, 1 second. What do you got? What are you playing with? What did you do? Oh man. Is this what you're supposed to do? Get on the couch. Get on the couch. You sit there till I'm done. Sorry, I'm back. I can't find it and it's driving me crazy. Oh, I'm looking on the wrong one. That's why. Exactly. I agree with you. I agree with you 100% on that comment, OG. I agree with you 100%. Because now his kid is like, damn, do I have to watch over my shoulder every time I turn around? Do I've got to watch what I'm going to be doing? Am I allowed to walk out down the road without somebody pulling me over? It's crazy out here. The cops just seem to have way too much power and authority. And I mean, they should up until a point. They really should up to a point. But what happened on June 7th was very uncalled for. I mean, January 7th, I'm sorry. I cannot find it from yesterday. I know I watched it last night. I know I watched it last night. All right, I found a bunch right here, so let me see if I can. I wish I could find the one with Vinny. Agreed, DJ. First comment, agree with it. I agree with you. They should have some type of committee that oversees with police brutality and the way it is taken. Everything that I see that I want for Vinny Politan is from like 7 to 8 months ago. Oh, we do got to talk about Aiden Fushi too. He's about to go to trial for the unalive of Tristan Bailey, 13-year-old Tristan Bailey. Well, she was 13 at the time of the All right, here, we're going to listen to this real quick. Oh, be nice if
Governor Hochul have called for peaceful demonstrations. And while race played a role in some past high-profile officer-involved deaths, this case is raising a deeper discussion about police culture and training. Race and culture reporter Crystal Cramore continues our coverage from Times Square. Crystal?
Good evening, Sade. Well, what's disappointing for police and activists alike is that there's been a nationwide effort to diversify police departments, including here at home, and yet this has happened again.
It was the police culture in America that killed Tyre Nichols.
The death of Tyre Nichols has sparked not only outrage as far as how he died.
That 5 African-American officers are involved in this just really hurt me.
With shock in terms of who was involved in his deadly beating. 5 officers, all black, facing a range of charges, including second-degree murder. For Mayor Eric Adams, this is personal.
It's a painful moment for me as a victim of police abuse as a child. It was always my belief that diversifying our departments would allow us to have the level of policing that we all deserve.
The Memphis police chief pointed out Friday, it doesn't matter who is wearing a uniform.
It takes off the table that issues and problems in law enforcement is about race, and it is not. It's about human dignity.
What bothers me the most is that you have 5 officers and there is a duty to intervene.
One former NYPD detective says that points to a code men and women in blue sometimes choose to follow.
There is a culture that still that is not able to properly manage the power and authority that goes along with being a police officer. The new style of policing is trying to weed that out.
The fact that black officers were involved is not surprising to Reverend Al Sharpton.
We've seen black cops do it before, particularly right here in New York. The Sean Bell case.
While he says training and diversifying police departments are still important, he's ramping up calls for federal laws on policing.
If you do not know that what you have is at stake, you will act on your worst deed.
And it's true. And that comment that Al Sharpton just said is true.
Police have redacted some parts to cover license plates and faces. We also know that the Memphis police have redacted some parts to cover license plates and faces of people unrelated to this incident. We will play it now.
What I'm seeing right now is the dash cam, but there's no sound. He's on the ground. All right, I can't play no more of that. The man was he was sitting down on the ground. When they told him to get down, he sat down. Then they're sitting there pulling his fucking head and cursing him out to get down on his stomach. Don't you think if you'd have talked to that man like a person, there was no reason for them to yank him out of the car the way they did. Glad there was no kids in the car at the time of this. Like, this was so uncalled for, y'all. There's other ways that could have been handled other than what they did. And they know it. Hey, Logan's mom, how are you? Yeah, I get it and I understand, DJ. I really do get that. But we gotta do better as human beings. Like, especially law enforcement, especially our military. Like, you're here to protect the public, the innocent. That poor man didn't do a damn thing wrong. Not for the action, with the reaction them cops gave him. Yeah, you're right, OG. Like, I mean, leading a simple life without the chaos is a good thing, but we never know what's going to happen in the future. You've got young teens right now, OG, so you still got some years of diva man. I can just imagine how that little chick is going to act when she gets 21. I don't see her getting in trouble per se, but I see her going a little crazy. But yeah, OG son, he's going to be the laid back one until you piss him off. But neither here or there. It's just our police officers need more training. Because if anybody can just get hired off the street without going to the police academy, even if they went to the police academy, what the hell is the police academy teaching them? What? Because that's who teaches them before they're thrown into a patrol car. That's where they come from. That's where they get their training. That's where they learn from. You are possibly correct, Logan's mom. You are possibly correct. Because the more people, but see, so many people are scared to report it. And when you show this that you're scared to do it, that gives them more of a reason to do it. Yeah, and that's another thing. If you got in trouble or have a background from another precinct or a different county, state, they should not be hired in a different precinct. Like, they shouldn't be allowed to transfer. They shouldn't be leave one job to go to another, especially if they've already had misconducts. What is it called? Internal affairs. Whatever happened to internal affairs? Do they even do anything anymore? Are they even a thing anymore? And that's not, and DJ, that's not how it should be. It shouldn't be us against them. It shouldn't ever be us against them. We all, as a community, should work together to protect our community, our kids, our elderly. But people have lost sight of the small town Mayberry. You know, like here in North Carolina, we still have a lot of those little Mayberry towns. And grant you, it's nothing like the bigger cities. But then we have one that's just like Memphis. It's Durham. Durham is one of our worst cities. Worst. Yeah, and if they're going to instill the fact that everybody in the public's eye hates them or wants to defund them, and that's not true. Like, I never scream defund the police because my thought is we defund them, there ain't going to be no police no more. Then when we call 911, who's going to come? If something's happening and we're going down the road or we're at a parking lot and there's no police patrolling, where does that leave us? So we cannot really defund the police. You just can't do that because they are there. Some are there to protect us. Some do really take the oath seriously to protect and serve. And then you got idiots like these five that think it's okay to go around and intimidate and what is the other word I'm looking for, OG? But you know, it's just you don't know who to go to anymore. Like you go to the mayor, you can go to the governor, you can go to the you may be able to go to these people, but guarantee you an ordinary citizen is not going to get a hold of them. You're going to talk to this person that is to this person, to that person, to this person, to the assistant to this person. You know, it's going to go down a chain. You are never going to get in front of that person unless something like this happens. And it's crazy. It's retarded. If we want to talk to somebody above the patrols, we can't. Because if we try to talk to them, they're just looking at us like we're another problem. There is no solution if the whole police department thinks that the public is the problem. And I agree with you. They've got to be trustworthy. If we can't trust the law enforcement or our government, and and that's a big. But who are we to trust? You can't even trust your neighbor half the time, let alone the police to do something about it. You're always wondering if you call the police on something, if they're going to come there and you up. If they're going to come there and blame you for everything and put you in cuffs. Look, dude, I called you, not the other way around. If I didn't need you, I wouldn't have called you. In most situations, I don't need to call them. But I'm just saying, if I ever needed to call them, I don't feel safe enough to. Agreed. I can't really say I agree too much on that, DJ, because I am very big against guns. I hate guns. I won't even let my nephews or little cousins play with guns around me. I just don't. I don't like the idea of a kid having a gun, even if it's a toy. I mean, by all means, teach your kid as long as you're teaching them correctly how to handle it, how to take care of it. You can't just hand them a gun and say, there you go, have your toy, go at it. Because even like there is so many fake guns that look real. So many fake guns that look real. So, I believe you have to treat a fake gun just as if it was a real gun. And definitely don't point it at nobody. We got 3-year-olds waving guns around at people, telling them they're going to unalive them. Then you got 6-year-olds going to school with them in their backpack, shooting teachers. Come on, when is enough is enough? When are you going to handle the gun situation? Like, never mind just the police. There's a big gun issue in America, too. Like, I can't even wrap my head around it. Hey, Mars, baby. How are you feeling, sweetheart? I've missed you. Yeah, I was telling you that when you told me that, my little cousin is not an NYPD, but from the city the city we're from in New York. She just became a city cop there. So yeah, I can see where you're saying it makes you nervous. Like, 'cause even if they're one of the good ones, everybody's still gonna look at them like they're the bad. Supreme Court said cops have no duty to protect anyone. And that's what I'm saying. If they're taught correctly about firearms and how to handle a firearm, and respect the firearm is the main thing. You have to understand what that word means. Respect. You have to respect that gun that you are holding. If you do not respect that gun, then you might as well put the gun down. You might as well not even touch it. Well, see, and my husband probably would too, OG, if he didn't have that little thing on his record that starts with an F, to where he can't have a firearm in the house, which I'm okay with. But I also live in the middle of nowhere, do I not, Mars? And I have hog farms all around. So if, I'm pretty good with a knife myself. Um, so I know you're not supposed to bring a knife to a gunfight, but I have pit bulls too. So I'm not really worried about any kind of thing popping off around me. Because my husband has got about that much of a conscience. He does not care. And that's good. Like, I mean, your son is like among the very few that I would trust with a gun around me. And that's saying a lot because I don't like guns. Honestly, I wouldn't even trust my husband with a gun around me. Exactly. And I agree with you, Mars. Like, if it was 5 white cops, what would be right now? What would be going on right now? It's ridiculous. Hello, Lisa. Well, welcome in from Oklahoma City. We welcome everybody with open arms over here. Don't mind me. I'm on this phone right here for video, but I'm reading the comments from my other phone. And my other phone that we were listening to is about dead. So the only way I could listen to anything else is turn this camera off and use the other phone to listen to things on. But we will definitely not watch that footage over here. But I will drop the links again to where you can. Well, the links are already in the description. In my description of this video, there are links to where you can watch the body cam footage. You can watch the family interview. And there's some other links that I put up there. Yes, she does. What? What do you mean, yes, she does? Mars? Oh, where I live. She said, yes, I do. Yeah, Mars was like sitting at my driveway asking where my driveway was. Because it's that, like, you don't even see my driveway when you pull up to it. Oh my God, this Miss Rachel is giving me a headache, y'all. I've been listening to it for the last hour. About this one. Wait, what do you mean, DJ? Are you talking about what my live is about or a totally different thing? Yeah, but they're really, I mean, I haven't seen any damage rioting. I've seen a lot of protesting, but the mom, after she saw it, did come out on public TV and said, do not, if you were, she knows that everybody's going to come out and have their say, but do not go and create chaos because that's not going to help with the justice for her son. Protesting peacefully is one thing, but vandalizing, breaking, doing crazy stuff like that is not serving justice. Justice will be served in a court of law. Yeah, no, he shouldn't have. No way. There's no reason. He didn't do anything wrong. He was an innocent man riding down, go a half a mile from his house at that wrong time. That was it. There was no reason for all these law enforcement people to friggin' pull him over and pull him out of the car. You haven't seen the fire cops car smashing? What? What do you mean the fire cop? I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. I haven't brought this up to my cousin yet, and he's a cop in one of the little Mayberry towns that I was telling you about here in North Carolina. It's literally a one light stoplight, one light town. There is only one traffic light, and it isn't even a stoplight. It's like a blinking one. Where was that at? Was it over this? And that's crazy that people would do that shit. Literally, what justice is that bringing? You gotta excuse Mars, DJ. She's having issues right now. Yes, ma'am, Lisa. He died 3 days later from his injuries. They're charged with second-degree murder, kidnapping, official misconduct, official obsession, and they're no charge. I love you, Mars. But yeah, they each have 5 charges, 6 charges, because there's two types of kidnapping charges. For one, second-degree murder,
Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? They pulled him over because they said he was reckless driving. But when you see the dash cam footage, he wasn't reckless driving. He was driving normal. I just think they were. I think they were all on the rag. So yeah, they pulled his initial pullover was for reckless driving. No, it was just the sheriff's office, and I think maybe some came afterwards, but they weren't involved. It was the sheriff's or I don't remember if it was sheriff's or police department. It was one of the regular law enforcement that is the one that actually got arrested. But there was 2 more that got arrested. I don't know if any more are going to be arrested, but I know there's 2 more that just got arrested yesterday or today. They got I don't know what their charges are yet though, because the 5 that actually had the hand in it got arrested the other day, and the ones that got arrested yesterday were just the ones that were actually just watching. But in my opinion, they should be charged with everything the other ones are getting charged with. Because not one of the other law enforcement that was there said, hey, what are y'all doing? Stop, y'all, that's enough. Stop, just chill out, calm down. Not one person said that. So yeah, I don't remember no drug force task being there. I haven't any kind of been dealing with it. OG probably can tell you that. Because my power went out earlier this morning and didn't come on until just before I left my house to come babysit. So I really wasn't able to get very much information. Because I really didn't know nothing about this until yesterday, maybe the day before.
Sorry, I had to clean out my cup. Mars is leaving me already? Stupid phone, man. Oh, Lisa, let's not go into that with the BML because that ain't nothing but a money racketeering thing anyway. They don't stand for nothing. If there's no money involved, they're not even worried about it. Yeah, but don't take them down. That we don't have to worry about putting them up next year. And yours are blue and white. Yours are blue and white, so yours can be a year-round thing, Dodo. I mean, I've seen a lot of, so I like one of these podcasts. It's called AFC. It's an AFC podcast. It's advocating for children. And the host is a black man. And he is a really, really, really good podcaster. His name is Best Jet. Now, I don't agree with a lot of things he says because a lot of things is misinformed, which that's another live that I want to do is this reaction to this one podcast on Summer Wells because it pissed me off because it was all misinformation. You do me better than that. They're driving me crazy and have them are coming down because 35 is where my whiskey. Aww. Yeah, look at this coffee pot. It's a 5-cup coffee pot. It looks like a little plate coffee pot. Yeah, but them yelling and screaming BML is not, or BLM is not going to help them this time. I promise you this. Not going to help. Yeah, I'm a big Summer Wells, big Summer Wells creator. I've been following Summer Wells since day one too. I found a podcast. This channel is a little tiny one, not tiny, not like mine, but it's small. But this creator, I don't want to say it's small because she has close to 5,000 subscribers on this channel. Her first channel has close to 50,000 subscribers. So she's a well-known podcaster, obviously. But when she did the Summer Wells case, first off, with her being a seasoned podcaster, you should know you never mention minors' names. Never. Especially if they don't have anything to do with the case. Okay, so with that being said, Summers Brothers, they have somewhat to do with the case, but they're not literally in the case, so there's no reason to be mentioning them children's names. Not only that, she got the oldest brother's name wrong. She got Summer's name age wrong. She said that Candace's first two children that she gave up or whatever, however you guys want to say it, went to Rose, and then Rose just disappeared. But she had custody of the first two kids. I'm like, where do you get your information from? There's just so much more to this podcast, and then people want to know why there's so much this and that in Summer's case. Well, you got podcasters like this that have no idea what they're talking about and really don't do their research. Like, there was a lot of stuff she said that was wrong. Completely wrong. And I'll tell you what, that made me madder than anything. Then this on top of it, my husband kept calling me a grumpy old lady last night and this morning because I was so ill about this. Between that podcast and this case. But that thing with Summer and there was another podcast I wanted to do. The Summer one and Aiden that Fushi murder trial is coming up in February. I think on the 6th. And that's the one that he was 14 and he unalived Tristan Bailey. He stabbed her over 104 times, I think, or 124 times. And they are trying him as an adult. And I believe he's like 15 or 16 right now. So even if he was 16, he'd still be charged with as an adult. But since they charged him before the age 16, I guess they just waited until he was about to be 16 before they actually
Exactly. 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 And I'm so glad I'm not one of the channels. I don't care about the clicks and views. You can go back and look at my lives and videos and see that I don't care about clicks and views. If I really cared about any of that, I'm at going on 2 years, February 6th. February 6th will be my second year with this channel. And I still have under 500 subscribers. So that right there should show anybody that has any judgment on me that I'm not in it for the money or the clicks and views. I haven't made anything off of any of the cases that I've covered. And my mods are constantly calling me stubborn and hard-headed and like even when it was my birthday, I have a hard time taking money from my friend, from anybody on my channel because of it just being in the channel because I know what everybody else is doing. Like it made me feel bad. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna pay you back, and they're like, no, don't you do that. Hey, March, stop being hard-headed. Nah, I'll never stop. Do I know you? I think we're just gonna wait for whatever audio comes out of that, and most likely court TV. Megan Boswell. Megan Boswell is trying to get it where the cameras are in her court. Leilani Simon, in her court case, the DA doesn't want cameras. Everyone knows who I am, depends on what you're looking for. I'm not looking for anything, but I don't know who March is. So not everybody, huh? I guess that makes me irrelevant, because I'm not everyone. Ooh, my iPhone started up. Why do I have a feeling I know who this is and why they're calling? Hold on one second, y'all. Hello? Son of a cracker. What the heck? Oh, he's in another call.
Really? You're gonna call me when you know I'm live? I was like, because there's somebody. Well, somebody was in here named March, and I'm like, who's March? And then you called me, and I was like, this better not even be him. What, Munch? Oh, coffee time. Sorry. I got a. Well, I got a 2-year-old right now, so I have to drink this. Yeah. Otherwise, she's gonna. If I start drinking, she's gonna have to babysit me. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not a 2-year-old watching me. Connie, did you go out yet? Ooh, sexy. I think I'm. All right, give me a minute. I'm gonna end this live because there's nobody in here. All right. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna end this. I've been on for 2 hours. I might come on a little bit later, but remember, be kind to somebody. Smile, wave, tell them hello, whatever. You never know what that one gesture will do for somebody else's day. With that being said, I love your faces, and I'll see you next. Bye.